SaLuSa, August 14, 2015. As many of you are aware, this September is a pivotal point when the vibrations shall substantially increase. How it will affect you depends on your existing level, but the net result will be such that many will experience upliftment. The overall effect will mean a noticeable change that will bring a more peaceful outlook and a general expression and desire for a cessation of warlike actions. Indeed, the desire for peace will grow substantially, and those in authority will be bound to implement the changes that will bring it about. There will be no going back to the old ways, and as the influence of the Illuminati has been curtailed, the people will be released from their control. The desire for change has been growing for quite some time, and the point has been reached when it can no longer be denied. Many souls are ready to leap into action when it is safe to do so, and that time has almost arrived. They will be supported by groups who are of the light, who will ensure that their actions are allowed to go ahead without interference. As you can imagine, there are ones who are deeply engaged in keeping things as they are, and loath to give up their rich lifestyle for a fairer distribution of wealth. However, no one can prevent the changes from manifesting, so face the changes with faith in the future. As given time, all the promises made to you will manifest. Allow adequate time for the changes to be implemented, that should come quite quickly once the ball starts rolling. So much goes on behind the scenes, and you have been kept in the dark, and denied your right to share and enjoy the advances that would have benefited all people, instead of the privileged few. However, that situation is beginning to change, and when those who are holding you back are no longer able to dictate how you live, the changes will start to be introduced. Over a long period of time, you have been given ideas of what that will mean to you, from which you will know that a tremendous upliftment awaits you. For example, many new advances have been blocked and shelved by the Illuminati, but soon there will be nothing to stop them from being released. They are such that you will eventually become very independent, and not held to ransom for the necessities of life. Even now, there are inventions waiting to be introduced that will make your lives so much easier, but those in the greatest need must be uplifted first. Those of you who are aware of the present situation on Earth are in a great position to help your fellow man to keep calm, and so to say ride the storm. As there will be difficult times for some of you depending on where you live, and who currently governs your country. The right people are known to us, and they will be installed as soon as possible, but that requires a diplomatic and lawful approach. As you are beginning to grasp, there is much to do to change the setup that has held you for so long in the grips of the Dark Ones. However, we emphasize that their time has passed, and in the course of the next few years they will become less and less able to exercise their influence. So you can plan for the future, knowing that you are going to return to your rightful place as free souls. Meantime, we maintain our policing of your solar system, to ensure that no unwelcome visitors are allowed to interfere with your final return to the light. There are other civilizations that would like to contact you, but until the time is right they will have to keep their distance. Most contacts come in peace and are eager to share their knowledge with you, but some have ulterior motives. Be assured, we are here to ensure you complete your journey as you desire, and eventually return to the freedom given you by becoming galactic beings once again. In reality, you can never stand still as all around you evolution continues, and as God breathes in, you enter higher and higher vibrations. The third dimension as you know it, has finished its course, and that is why changes are taking place all around you. For you who are ready to move into the higher dimensions, it is more than ever necessary to keep focused on your path ahead. Some of you could be distracted by what is going on around you, so try at all times to allow negative situations to pass you by. At this stage, you must allow others to follow their own path, but by all means offer help to those who approach you first. When the time is right, your knowledge will be called upon, and it is wise to only release it where it can benefit others. Bear in mind that your guides are impressing you with sensible ideas that will ensure you complete this lifetime as you have planned. It can involve finding a useful source of information, or meeting up with a contact, who can advise you the best path to take. Any deviation will mean that some lessons may have to be relearned, but in that event it should always be easier the second time around. As time progresses, you will learn a lot about your journey through the matter, and why it has involved the experiences you have had. As a result, you have evolved much further and quicker than you would otherwise have done, and will pass your knowledge on to others. When the time is right for a step forward, you are always helped to make it, although you may prefer another path, which you will be helped to find. However, you will be encouraged to follow the most rewarding one so as to avoid wasting time. However, no matter what options you choose, all souls eventually find the path of light. Your gift of free will is always honored, and as a result you are always learning in a way that is sure to aid your personal evolution. Slowly but surely, you are being given information about other life forms, as you will soon meet other types of beings, some of whom are quite different to your human form. They will nevertheless be similar in some respects, but most importantly, are intelligent beings that in many instances are much more evolved than you are. However, not all older species are necessarily more evolved than you, as some have devoted more of their time on personal evolution as opposed to spiritual evolution. As you progress into the higher dimensions, you will eventually find that you have less need for a permanent body. Yet when you are going to need it, you bring it into being with your power of thought. As you evolve spiritually, you will find quite a few differences to your earthly experiences, as the lower vibrations tend to hold you back. I am SaLuSa from Sirius, and pleased that so many souls on earth are now awakening to the truth. Sometimes it is difficult to discard beliefs that prove to be incorrect, but if you are to evolve you cannot afford to be too rigid. Always be ready to accept the greater truth, if you wish to grow with your experiences. No one can stand still for long, particularly in your present circumstances when changes are happening all around you. However, caution must be exercised as misinformation is still spread to confuse you, so trust your intuition as far as possible. I wish you every success in your ventures, and my love goes with you as always. Thank you SaLuSa. My Quinsey. Website, Tree of the Golden Light.